Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Jesse here with Southern Reels Fishing, back fresh off of vacation down at the Outer Banks for a week, and I can't tell you how much I needed that. It was awesome. Had a great time out there fishing. I did a lot of pier fishing this week, mainly because I wanted to do something different, and also I had some issues with my kayak, which is something I'm doing a video on today. And just to show you what's going on real quick here. All right, I got my kayak sitting here in my shop and I'm doing some much needed maintenance to it. I did take it with me to the Outer Banks. Unfortunately, I only fished out of it one day, just in the sound, and I had multiple failures actually. I haven't done anything to this in a long time, so I consider it lucky that I haven't had to do anything. But the first thing I noticed when I got out in the water is that my sonar wasn't powering up. Now that is a new unit. It's a 9-inch Garmin unit that I upgraded to this summer, and I just patched into my existing wiring, and I had no power at all in this system. And being at the beach and having limited tools, I just said to heck with it. I'll fix it when I get home because the pier fishing was pretty good. And what it was is the connections here from where all my 4 Naquas come and tie into the wiring of the entire system here, it just got corroded, and that stuff was done basically 2.5 years ago when I first put this system in the kayak, so it's lasted that long without any problems, so I can consider that pretty good. Basically just redid all the connections using just regular heat shrink crimp connectors, a liberal application of dielectric grease, and this time I even went a step farther and sealed it all up with some liquid electrical tape just to hopefully prevent any more water from getting in. And I know what happened was this hole got flooded at one time when I literally sank my kayak, and I'm pretty sure water got up in this electrical tape and just sat in there and corroded it. So, but like I said, 2.5 years with no problems, that's pretty daggum good. So all that's fixed and good to go. Another problem I had was my click and goes here. Both sides quit locking, basically. So as I was out there pedaling, it would just unlock and the drive would pop loose, and it was about to drive me crazy, honestly. Like I said, I had this out in the sound in some fairly calm water. I do have enough to make a video of that trip. I had a good time out there, but the drive just popped out constantly. It was driving me crazy. So I've got the springs to fix that on order. Hopefully they'll come in this week. And the other thing that I decided to go ahead and do is redo the water hose duct tape protection system that I had around the kayak for so long, because it was getting in pretty bad shape. And I just want to show you this, how well this actually has worked over the past 2.5 years. All right, as you see, I've got all the duct tape here that I basically just pulled off the hull, and I've got the water hose just kind of laying around it. This is the water hose that wrapped around the actual hull here, protect it. And just take a look at this for anybody that doubts how well this simple system works. Look at the front of this kayak here where it was. There is not a single scratch underneath where that bumper was. Now if you look down farther where it wasn't protected down here, man, it's beat up pretty good. But that's just from running into stuff and running aground a couple of times and stuff like that happens in a kayak. But as I follow this line down here, you can look and see how pristine this edge is right here where that hose was. It did a fantastic job of protecting the hull of this kayak, you know, which I'm not surprised. I knew it was working, but I was just blown away to see, you know, once I pulled this system off, how well it worked. Now you can even see back here on the back handle to where this, you know, has hit pilings and stuff, how beat up that handle is, you know. And I'm not worried about this because this can be replaced. You just unbolt it and replace it. But the entire hull of this kayak would look like that if it wasn't for that water hose duct tape protection system. And it just continues right on down this side. It's like brand new looking underneath of it. Now for those who wonder how I got the tape and everything off so easy, it pretty much just pulled right off. And of course it's going to leave some glue residue, and that's where this here comes into play. I basically just used some spray goof off, you know, Pro Strength remover. I just spray this on whatever adhesive is left and let it sit for a little bit, and then come back with a rag that's soaked pretty well with mineral spirits, and you can just work your way right along the hull and just wipes right off. Now it takes a little bit of, you know, rubbing here and there, but all in all it was 30 minutes for me to get this cleaned up the way it looks right now. So, I mean, for the amount of protection that it gave and how cheap it is to do, I mean, you can't beat it in my opinion. Oh yeah, as far as the water hose, I do recommend getting as thick of a hose as you can. You basically want it to stick out, you know, from the kayak quite a bit. And I'm using this as like 3/4 inch hose here. I like water hose because it gives you that absorption. So if you bump into the pilings, it's got that flex to it, so it absorbs a lot of the shock. I've seen some people use like rigid pipe and stuff, which doesn't offer that. So I do actually prefer the water hose because of that. And as far as the tape that I use, I just use the Gorilla tape from Lowe's in the 3-inch version. This tape right here is what I use. this is the toughest that I've come across. It's even tougher than a lot of like purpose-built duct tape, like professional ductwork tape that you can buy. This stuff is good. So anyway, the point is, for all those who doubt, how well that system works with the water hose and the duct tape, I mean, proof's right there. Now, I had a Pro Angler years ago. I didn't put it on it, and the hole got beat up pretty bad. Thankfully, I wasn't fishing pilings too much at that point. Had it on another Outback, and I just sold it still on the Outback, so I never got to really see the results. This is the first time that I've actually taken it off and looked afterwards. And like I said, the only reason I did it here is because I'm just redoing it, because there were a few areas where it had actually rubbed through the tape and the water hose was exposed and about to fall off. So I'm going to end up just putting that water hose right back on and retaping the whole thing back up. So all in all, I just wanted to share, where I'm at with my kayak right now. I'm doing some much needed maintenance on it. I do have water getting into it a little bit, which I don't think is a crack or anything like that. I've looked the whole thing over. I'm not seeing any cracks. I think it might be maybe the hatch area right here has developed a leak. So I'm probably going to take this loose because I need to replace this little stupid shifter cable retainer anyway. And I might finally go ahead and put the front hatch kit that they sent me, to fix any leaks there, just to see if maybe that's where it's coming from. And also back here in the back where I have all my electronics mounted, I do have these through hole bolts right here. I think I'm going to take them loose and redo these just to make sure there's not water, because I do notice that water sits in this area when I have the kayak fully loaded. So maybe that's where it's coming in. Clean up the hatch seals and everything. I need to, lubricate and adjust the steering cables. Just basic maintenance stuff that you need to do, and I haven't done on this kayak for a long time. So anyway, that's what's up. I didn't get a video out last week, like I said, because I was at the beach. I do have quite a few coming this week to kind of catch up on that. That's what's up in my world. I'm fixing up my baby here. She's been good to me. All right, enough blabbering. I got to get back to work, get this thing fixed up, and hopefully get back on the water here soon. So peace out. See you in the next video.